so much for joining me. So hopefully I can post this on Friday. We'll keep our fingers crossed. It's Aloha Friday, so you never know. Positive energies in the air. I wanted to go ahead and do my first Q&A. I asked you guys last week on Instagram to write me any questions you guys had, any questions regarding Jared and I, my life as a bartender, life here in Hawaii, and you guys did not disappoint. So I'm gonna go ahead. I have all the questions on my Instagram, and we're going to read who wrote it and the question, and I'll try to give them an answer. I have 30 minutes on the timer. Let's go ahead and check. All right, so right now it's 30:51, so we are ready to go. All right, this one, I'm just gonna go ahead and jump in because we can just answer as many questions as we can. First Q&A, you guys, slightly nervous, but I'll try to keep it calm, cool, and collected, and I'll try to talk slowly, I promise. All right. Hello again. I had another question. When you're shaking your drink, have you ever dropped it? Yes, this happens every now and again because sometimes if you were just rushing, and let's say you're just working, right? And let's say you had just, made a cocktail, put your cocktail into your sink, into your dump sink, rinse out your shaker, rinse out your pint glass, moving quickly, and let's say you have water on your hand, there's water in the pint glass, not enough traction, and you're trying to shake it up. Sometimes that'll just crack and you'll have alcohol all down your hair. I've had Patron in my hair, I've had whiskey in my hair, I've had wine in my hair. It happens. You know what I mean? All you can do is just kind of move it forward and keep going. Her other question was, have you ever given a drink to the wrong person? Yes. Once again, that happens. If you're really busy, you're kind of just jamming. 2 people order Jack and Coke and somebody orders a Crown and Coke. I accidentally make 3 Jack and Cokes. You know what, man? My apologies. I'm so sorry. I'll go ahead, split that Jack and Coke off on my side, or I'll give him his Crown and Coke and put it on my spill tab, or I'll take care of it. Because honestly, it's not their fault. I should have been paying attention. Because the spills that you make is money down the drain, because every single pour that you do pour, 1, 2, 3, 4, every ounce that you pour is money, honestly. All right, next question. Question number 2, when did you start your bartending career? So I actually started working in the restaurant industry when I was 16. I moved to becoming a hostess at the restaurant at a sports bar when I was 20. Right when I turned 21, I started cocktail waitressing at a dive bar called Nashville's Waikiki. It's a country nightclub, and what I mean with that is there's country music. If country music and like a Las Vegas nightclub had a baby, it would be Nashville's. Loud music, lots of shots, lots of people partying. It was great. So I worked there when I was 21, and I worked there for about 6 to 7 months before they asked me, hey, do you want to come train behind the bar? And I was ecstatic because honestly, that to me was just such a cool compliment, like such a cool way to say, hey, we see your hard work, we see what you're doing. Do you want to go ahead and come behind the bar and we'll train you? And I remember I was just over the moon ecstatic because I actually had been their banker for 2.5 years prior to working with them. So I actually had a really good relationship with the GM and with the owner, and I was just really proud of myself for that moment, and I was just really elated that I was able to be given this opportunity, because to me, bartenders were the top dog. They were the top shit. That's who you wanted to be. They made the most money. They had the best shifts. You want to be a bartender, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity that I was given. All right, next question. Okay. You guys, I didn't realize that Instagram does it like this. We gotta scroll through and find them. How long have you been a bartender, and have you had any formal training? Okay, so like I said, I started when I was 21. I turned 29 this year, so about 8 years. And as far as formal training goes, where I worked, Nashville's, they had their own bartending school. Nashville's bartending school, I believe it was called. I'm not quite sure the exact name. I can look it up for you guys and find it. I did get a certificate from it. It's back in my storage unit downstairs. It's really cool. I'm actually really proud of it. It was a 3-day bartending school, and I kind of, when it comes to the school setting, I am a bookworm. I make sure to study. I make sure I know my shit. I make sure that I show up on time, ready to go. And honestly, it was really good to kind of learn the basics and to learn a 1 ounce pour is a 4 count. A 2 ounce pour is an 8 count, and so on and so forth, and kind of learn the basics. However, I really do thrive under kind of a sink or swim pressure system, to where it is hands-on. This is how you do it, and let's just go. So I kind of felt like I had a better understanding of what it meant to be a bartender once I actually got behind the bar and I got my hands dirty and I just kind of got in there, you know. So it was all really good opportunities that I had. I did go to bartending school just for 3 days, and if you're thinking about doing it, do it. I mean, if you're really interested, you have the money to go for it, do it. But you can also learn things online. You can go to YouTube, you can go to TikTok now, you can go to Instagram, educate yourself, you know. It's just my 2 cents here. All right, next question. You guys, 222 angel numbers. We are doing something right. Last question was actually from Jamie Chandler. So sorry about that, forgot to shout out your name. This question is from Jacob S. I can't pronounce, I'm not even gonna try. I think I'll butcher it up, so I'm so sorry, Jacob. Thank you for writing in. You would ask, I don't know if you've already got all your questions, but if you do, I like to ask, how do you stay so positive? I feel like when I feel positive for some time, I start getting anxiety. I love your videos, by the way. They always cheer me up. Great question, Jacob. Thank you so much for asking, and thank you for your support. I really do appreciate that. So what I do in any situation that I am in, and it might sound kind of silly, is I try to find a positive in that situation. So let's say I go to work and I work for 8 hours. I try to find the one really good thing that happened in that 8 hours, in that 8-hour shift. Even if I had customers yelling at me, even if I, you know, didn't get money that day, or let's say my tip's really low, at the end of the day, I will try to look back and figure out, okay, well, what was the one really cool thing that happened? Or, you know, what was the one really cool thing that happened that made me smile? Just one thing that happened, and you can focus on that instead of focusing on anything else. That can really change your vibe and change how you view the past 8 hours. I kind of view things in increments, like 60 seconds, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I can get through anything for 1 hour. I can get through anything for 2 hours. Try to find these small chunks of time and find positivity in these chunks of time. Start small. 60 seconds. What is positive in the last minute? You know, hey, I am here talking to you guys. I have a Canon M50. I'm really grateful for that. I have an opportunity to have a platform to have a Q&A like this. That's really cool. 60 seconds done. Next 5 minutes. What am I grateful for the past 5 minutes? You know what? I am grateful for electricity. I'm grateful for girlfriends who answer their FaceTimes and just want to talk and just say hey and actually genuinely care about you. Like, I'm grateful for that. Like, just find small chunks of your time and work that way, work backwards. And that's how you can kind of stay positive. That's how I stay positive. I hope it helps. Please let me know. Write me. I'd love to hear about it. All right. Next question. So sorry. Drink. It's just water today, guys, not vodka, I promise. That'd be pretty cool though if I was smooth and could drink vodka like that. All right, this one is from Michael G. Michael Grabos. Michael G. Okay, Michael, you ask, what are your most least and favorite drinks to make? Okay, so situational. I kind of feel like, not so much my most favorite drink to make, but I feel like if I have a big group of people coming in and they all want to party and everybody's in a good mood and everybody collectively as a whole, their energy is pumping and they want to get shots and they want to get lemon drops and they want to do whatever, I will do whatever I need to do to make sure that they're happy, because I feel like positive energy spreads and everybody around the bar can kind of feel that energy and everybody around the bar can kind of want to be like, oh, what's going on over there? I want to see what's going on over there. I want to go have some fun, you know? And so I kind of love situations like that, to where it's not so much my favorite drink to make, but my favorite customers. They're the ones who are there ready to have a good time. They know it's Friday night. They know it's Saturday night. I've worked really hard. I'm here to let my hair down and just have some fun. And I want to make sure, as my job as being a bartender, that you guys have that fun, because you know why? You're out here spending your hard-earned money. You're out here, you know, having a blast with your friends, wanting to create memories. And I get to be part of that. Do you guys know the acronym for CHIPS is to ensure proper service? You know, and that definitely does hit home here, is because I want to make sure that when you tip me, you're tipping me for the service that I gave you. I want to make sure the service I give you is 110%. I want to make sure when you come in next time that I want to see Ashley. Nope, I want to see Ashley. Where is she? I know she works Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm here to see her. She's downstairs, she's upstairs. Let's go. I want to be your favorite bartender. So that's the situation that I kind of like. All right, question number 2. Least favorite drink to make. Situational again. Definitely when it's busy and I'm 3 deep or 4 deep in the well and you order a mojito, I won't love you. Like, you know what I mean? I won't hate you, you know? But it's just kind of like, okay, for this drink versus taking 30 seconds or 10 seconds for Jack and Coke, boom, Jack, Coke, $9, $8, make $2 ready to go, but it's going to take me a minute. and it will take me a minute to go ahead and slap them in. You can go ahead, do the simple serve, and really shake it out, because with the mojito, you want to make sure you get all the ingredients really broken down in there. You want to get that mint really broken down, and honestly, it's like wildfire. Once one person orders a mojito and they go out there, everybody else wants to get one too. And honestly, I get it, because when I am out and I'm on vacation and I'm out in the sun, or I'm partying and it's hot, also light and refreshing, a mojito does sound good. A light refreshing lime mojito, strawberry mojito, raspberry mojito, yeah, heck yeah, bring it on, I'll drink it. But that probably is my least favorite drink to make when I am busy. But when I'm not busy and I'm just chilling Sunday night, Thursday night, and I'm bored, order all the mojitos you want. I will make a mojito party for you. It'll be fun. All right, next question. All right, he is asking really good questions over here. What do you drink when you're just chilling? All right, so I do love to drink a Jack and Coke. I do love to drink an old fashioned. As far as beer goes, we go to Kona Brewing Company all the time. They have a nice L&L Shandy, which is going to be their lemongrass luau and lily koi juice in the bottom. So kind of like a summer shandy. I really do enjoy those. What else? We've been drinking a lot of the cocktails that I've been making online for you guys, because I don't want to waste the alcohol. So we're experimenting a lot more than usual. I gave up Red Bull this past year, 2019, so I kind of stay away from the energy drinks, but I do like whiskey. I do like a good whiskey rocks, whiskey neat, so I can kind of taste it. It really gets me going. Next question is from Jill Hornbaker. She asked, how do you remember all those recipes? Alright, you guys, so this is a really good question, and it's a question I get a lot, and I love this one, so I'm glad I'm able to answer it. Really quickly here, when I was first starting to bartend, call me crazy, but I viewed learning those basic recipes and learning cocktails and all that kind of stuff as if it was school. As if it was, this was my college degree, and I wanted to give it my all. So what I would do is I would get a notebook, and I write the same recipe over and over and over again. Let's say it was a blue Hawaiian. I wrote down an ounce and a half Malibu, half ounce of coconut cream, 2 ounces of pineapple juice, and so on and so forth. And I would write it down, and then I would go ahead and repeat it over and over and over again as well too, out loud. So that's just how I would study for school, and I use that same method for its recipes. And honestly, it works for me. So whatever works for you, whether you're a visual learner, whether you're a hands-on learner, kind of go with that. With each new job that I had, whether it's Raw or Northern Pub or Lucky Strike, they all have their own list, especially cocktails, between 7 and 13, depending on how corporate your job was, or how extreme your job wants to be. Obviously these cocktails change with the seasons as well, so you're always having to relearn cocktails and always having to relearn what your company wants you to produce, what company wants you to sell. For example, for Halloween, we always did really cute cocktails and jack-o'-lanterns, like with a punch inside, something really cute and basic for Halloween, but they always sold, So this is a trick that I learned from schoolwork, and it's always worked for me. So I want to reiterate what I would do: take the recipe, write it down over and over and over and over again until it was ingrained in my memory. Once I had it ingrained that way and my hand got hurt, I would just kind of go ahead and talk about it over and over, and I would tell Jared, okay, so for a blue Hawaiian, we're going to do 1.5 ounces of this, half ounce of this, this. We're going to do this. Basically like my TikToks, before my TikToks were even a thing, and it's worked for me. So let me know if it helps you. All right, next question. Alright, this question is from Jack Miller. Hi Paradise Bartender, my friend Marlis and I are very big fans of your TikTok. We had many questions, but we're wondering, where did you get the pink sugar rim for the pink sugar rim? The pink sugar for the pink sugar rim, excuse me. That one actually, great question you guys. I got it in the baking goods aisle next to the frosting and all the different cupcake liners over there. Pink sugar, they have red sugar, they have green sugar. Think outside of the box. So baking goods in your nearest grocery store. All right, next question. We are rolling on through this, you guys. I am proud of us. Here we go. All right, you guys. Next question is from Natalia, and she has 2 stars on the front and end of her names. Hopefully that narrows it down. She asked, how long did it take you to learn those drinks that you make, and have you ever created your own cocktail? So the drinks that I make on TikTok have been from years and years and years of working behind the bar, and honestly, each one came with a different time period. I used to work at a sushi nightclub in Kansas City, and I learned how to make sake sangrias there. I learned how to make really cool craft cocktails there. I learned how to make really cool, bomb drops, like sake bombs, where you shake the pop, you pop the pint glass and it falls down. You have the cream, chiffon, and sake, you take it all at once. I learned how to make really cool drinks like that there, so it's all situational. And as far as creating my own drinks, Yes, I do love to kind of, if a customer comes up to me and they ask, hey, can you make me a cocktail? I ask them, yeah, of course. What kind of liquor do you like? Clear or dark? Do you want it to be sweet or sour? Do you want it to be kind of really light or kind of really a lot of flavor and savory? I ask them a bunch of these questions, I try to create a cocktail for them at the end. If I can get like a little bit of smile out of them, that makes my day. And honestly, I tell them, hey, if you don't like it, it's totally fine too. I want to just make sure that you like your cocktail. So I kind of just try to play around with what they tell me and try to think in my head, put on the knowledge that I have, and go with that. All right, next question. All right, you guys. Next question is from Ezra Helen George, and she asked, have you ever been to India? The answer, no, I've never been to India. I would love to go there and experience the culture and try the food and just immerse myself in just everything that India has to offer. So I haven't been there yet, but it's on my bucket list. All right, Ashlyn Paulson asks, I guess my first question doesn't totally relate to you and Jared, but I want your advice. I'm a 19-year-old and never had a job. I've been trying so hard to get a job in fashion/retail. I want to be a fashion stylist, but cannot find resources at all. No one will give me a chance. Do you have any tips on pursuing and following your dream? And my second question is, girl, what is your skincare routine? You are gorgeous. Ashlyn, thank you so much for writing in, making me smile, making me blush. I really appreciate it. I'm actually slowly making a skincare routine now. I'm 28. I know it's horrible. I should have started earlier, but better sooner than later. I will drop it for you guys once I've been doing it for about 2 months or 3 months. I really see a difference. I don't really have the best skin. I have acne. I have acne marks, and so I'm trying to kind of work really hard to kind of clear that up. I will say that I am working with my dermatologist, so it isn't over the counter. It is kind of prescribed medication that I am working with to kind of get my skin cleared up. I do use makeup and foundation, but I really do appreciate you, girl. Now, as far as your first question goes, as far as wanting to be a fashion entrepreneur, wanting to be in fashion and retail, wanting to kind of go out there, 19 years old, never having experience, look at YouTube videos, see, okay, Sewing 101, where do I start? Buy a whole bunch of magazines, Vogue, and there is Fashion Runway, and there is, buy a whole bunch of fashion magazines that are out there and educate yourself. Cut out the pictures, make collages, go out there and see whatever speaks to your soul. Look at the street fashion, look at different cultures, Japan, China, they have great fashion that's just street culture out there. You can look on Pinterest, you can look on Google, look on what's the other, just on the T. It's not Twitter, it's, what's the one, babe? Actually, it starts with the T, it's not Twitter, it's a website. Tinder. No, not Tinder. Anyways, I'll look it up. But look at Pinterest and look at those kind of things to gather your inspiration. And kind of think outside of the box. Maybe you're not meant to work at a retail store. Maybe you should contact like a local seamstress and ask her, hey, I would love to learn how to be in the fashion industry. Can I intern with you for the summer? I know COVID-19 is kind of hard right now. Do you have any extra work sewing pants? Anything I can do to kind of mend hems? How can I get my foot in the door? Start anywhere and build your own door, babe. Okay, so for example, start anywhere as in start now. Don't wait for somebody to give you permission to start your dream. Your dream is now. You know what you want to do. Go out there and get it. All right, next question. All right, you guys. Next question is from Reagan Todd. She asked, how long have you been bartending for? Where do you get your recipes? And do you ever create your own? And favorite thing about bartending, any horror stories? Yes, I have so many horror stories. Not so many, but we definitely have bar stories to share. I'm thinking of making this a series on YouTube, bar stories, 1 through however long. And I can kind of tell you guys everything and anything that's happened to me. And tell me, and I will tell you there has been a lot. And as far as that would be kind of fun. Legal issues. I won't name any names. I'll kind of change scenarios slightly, but it could be fun. All right. How long are you bartending? 28 this year, turning 29 in November. Bartending for 8 years. Where do you get your recipes and do you create your own? So a lot of recipes are kind of just common knowledge as far as Jack and Coke, Rum and Coke, Captain Coke, vodka cranberry, Vegas bombs. Everybody kind of just knows what they are. As far as specialty cocktails like Mai Tai, Blue Hawaiian, I kind of learned those being out here in Hawaii. It's obviously a benefit because any job that you work at, we are going to kind of push those tropical cocktails out there. I think another really cool thing is I've worked at different bars across the country, so I've gotten to experience different regions and how they kind of drink. I think I got to experience different cultures and different regions and how they drink. Like for example, in KC they had a shop called the Rock Lobster. I'd never even heard that cocktail before, and that was like 4 or 5 years ago, and I had to learn how to make that one. It's really good, by the way, so I should add it to my list. But yeah, so I definitely have had so I get my recipes from the bars that I'm at, the regions that I'm at, and kind of just, you know, what's popular and what's trending then. Have I ever created my own? Yes, I've created my own. Have I ever created my own cocktails? Yes. I kind of try to go off of what the customer likes, ask them sweet, salty, that kind of thing, and we move on from there. Favorite thing about bartending, I love being around people. I love the energy exchange. I love making people happy and being part of the memories. Like whether it's, we just got engaged, we're gonna go out and party tonight, or it's, you know, I wanna go out and celebrate, I just earned my doctorate. I get to be part of that memory, and that's really cool. We get to have really nice energy exchanges, and just have really nice moments that stick with you longer than you think, and that to me is one of the best things about bartending. All right, next question. Bridgie Ego asks, do you have any pets? Do you have any pets? Yes. Okay, so Bridgie Ego asked, do we have any pets? Yes, we have a pet named Foz. He is a Mississippi mount turtle. He's aquatic. He lives in his tank right next to me. If you guys ever hear any kind of watering or any kind of like a waterfall, it's his little filter. He loves it. He's turned a year old in June, or a little bit before June. We're actually going to move him to his bigger tank next week. I'm so excited. I'll record it to show you guys. But he is amazing. We are really weird. We're the weird parents who talk to our turtle and feed him all the time. We kind of say, hey, what's going on? And feed him lettuce. We love him. So, pet turtle named Foz. Alright, you guys, I think this is our last question of the day. Let me see. Yeah, last question. Okay. Let's make it a good one. Alright, you guys, final question. Dina Ward asked, what are the must-haves for a well-cooked bar? And how to build it after you have the most popular items? Thanks. I'm glad I found you a few months ago. Girl, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. So I actually did a TikTok on this about the top few things you should have when you're building your bar. Definitely kind of feel like you have basic liquors, vodka, gin, rum, tequila, triple sec, whiskey. You could throw a scotch in there if you're a fan of scotch, not like a big one you have to have. Blue curacao is nice, kind of add some colors, make blue wines, make AMFs, that kind of thing. Triple sec is a great cordial to have. Peach schnapps is a great cordial to have. Orange juice, pineapple juice, sweet and sour for sure. You can make your own too. Look it up on Pinterest. Simple syrup, limes, lemons. Make your own fresh juices at home. Cranberry juice is always a good one. Basic mixers, Coke, Diet Coke, ginger ale. You can do a bar ginger, which is just Sprite and flash of Coke. You don't want to buy ginger ale. And I would kind of build on there. So let's say, for example, you have a few basic liquors and those few cordials. Add in some more. Get watermelon pucker. You can do a watermelon Jolly Rancher. You can do a Mexican candy shot. You can kind of build. There are so many drinks you can make with a limited amount of alcohol, like between 10 and 15 bottles. You can make a wide variety. You don't need to go out and spend a whole bunch of money, I promise you. I will actually do a follow-up TikTok on part 2, what you should buy, what you should kind of do to build it. As far as bar equipment goes, shaker, pint glass, strainer, a bar key is always nice, a wine key is always nice as well. I like to have bar mats for your area. They look like this. They kind of make it so that whatever spills you have stay contained in one area, and it's really nice. I have this all linked to my Instagram under Amazon Hacks, under Amazon Finds. So if you want to have what I had, you can find it over there. But basic equipment. A bar is nice too. You don't need one though. You can use your kitchen countertop. You can use your table. Don't go out and spend a lot of money. Start small and work your way up. Alright, you guys, that was it for me. This is my first Q&A. I can't say thank you enough. Thanks for writing me on Instagram. We didn't get through all the questions, but I will have to do a part 2. This was a lot of fun. I definitely think I will do it again. It'll keep it fun, right? Have a great day.